Hi, my name is Lynn McDonald and thanks very much for responding to our advertisement, working part-time from home. It may be that you've responded to an advert through Facebook or social media or some other source. But what I'm going to explain to you in this very short video is exactly how it works, how you can make the money and the help and support that we provide for you, as well as showing you proof of income. Now, just before I start the presentation, I'll just make this little video smaller so you can see my presentation. So today I'm going to explain to you how it all works, how you can earn the money, how we help and support you and help you to earn that money, and how to get started. But there is different ways that you can work the business. Many people, like myself, get started on their own just to earn a few £100 a month, perhaps more once they see the potential. Some people get started with a spouse or a partner. Doubles up on the time you can put into your part-time business and obviously doubles up on the income. And so does building a team. Some people decide to start to build a team, and this is where the larger incomes are earned. So what is the product range? Here you can see 4 beautiful catalogues. We have the K-Life, the K-Life Personalised, the Clean Easy, which you may be familiar with, and the Clean Easy Spring Extra. The Clean Easy catalogue itself has been around since 1975 and we've traded successfully since then, with thousands of people making fantastic money with customer bases in this way. But you can choose how you want to move or sell or promote your products, and many people are choosing the lovely, what I call the pretty products in our K-Life and our K-Life Personalised. Thousands of stunning, beautiful household products, duvet covers, curtains, lampshades, candles, Buddhas, garden stuff. I love the product range, and that is selling really well through Facebook. And we have a set system where we'll teach and train you how you can grow and develop your own online customer base with Facebook. Or if you prefer, you can do it with the catalogues. But how do we find the customers? Because that's step one, finding customers. And I've already said Facebook and social media, ever so popular, millions of people on it, lots and lots of opportunity to spread the word about our products and or the opportunity. Friends and family, quite often, they become some of our best customers. Or you may decide, like I did 25 years ago, I posted loads of catalogues through letterboxes, collected them in, and after 4 or 5 months, scored off everybody that didn't buy and only went to customers. It's building a customer base. Or you may decide to knock on the door and give the book to your friends and family and neighbours, or even people that you don't know in your local area. Just build up gradually some customers on a door-to-door basis. It's entirely up to you how you find. The goal is to find 20 new customers a week. It doesn't matter how you find them. And the result, approximately £250 in sales. Maybe more if it's online with the K-Life, because they're slightly more pricey. But we'll work on the £250 in sales and £1,000 in sales on a 4-weekly period. The income result would be £200 to £270 every 4 weeks, depending on which catalogue you were selling from. And you can chat to your sponsor, the person who sent you along, have a look at this video and they'll explain in more detail how that side of it works. But you choose your own hours. This is completely flexible. You work when you want, if you want. Your new customers will start to provide regular repeat business. That's what I said. I went to everybody and then started to only go to my customers who now buy regular from me, online and offline. So because of that, your hourly rate is going to grow when you start to service and look after customers only. Now you can grow that customer base as large as you want. The average person's earning £300 to £500 part-time from their customer base. But some people are earning much, much more because they've just expanded that customer and got more and more customers. But another way that you can grow your income is by duplicating the business. But before I show you that, I'd like to give you some examples of people in the first few weeks in the business. Here's Heather and Francis Thorpe. They joined at the end of March 2016, and they both at the time had demanding full-time jobs, as well as organising their daughter's imminent wedding. They earned £150 in their first 2 weeks and £398 in the first 4 weeks in the business part-time. And here we have David Houston and Colette Neal. Now when they started, it was just David who got started, and he works very long hours, self-employed in the building trade. So this is really a spare time income. They've got 2 beautiful little girls, as well as Colette having a demanding job. But they earn on average, just part-time with the retail side of the business, £220 to £280 every few weeks. Janet Downey, here she is with her husband Titch, who joined her later in the business. When Janet started, she was working part-time in a coffee shop, a wee privately owned coffee shop. She was a dental nurse for the age of 16 and had to give up due to having sciatica and health problems. In her first 2 weeks part-time, she earned £186 in the business. And that has grown, because your first 2 weeks, your first few weeks is probably your smallest income. How your income can grow by sharing the opportunity. That's what you can grow your income by increasing your customer base, or you can grow your income by sharing the opportunity and helping other people to make money. So let's say we'll help me show you how to duplicate your results and get a couple of people in your team. Here's Mary and Susan. Mary and Susan both earn £270. They both turned over £1,000, just like you did. But as you introduce them to the business, you're going to be paid a bonus. It's based on your turnover. The higher the turnover, the higher the bonus. So your own retail profit has increased to £310. You've also made a wee small bonus on Mary and Susan of £80, giving you a part-time retail profit team profit of £390. Basically, you've got £120 pay rise, and all you've done is shown them to do exactly what you've done using our sharing videos. No work to be done. The videos do the work for you. But it can grow to levels beyond your wildest dreams, because what starts to happen is people that you're working with are going to want to do what you've done. So we help Mary and Susan to do what you've done, to duplicate their efforts. And in this instance, they're doing what you did in the last slide, and they're both earning £390 part-time. But at the same time, we're introducing people into our business, Chaz and Pete and Gary and Pat, and we're just showing the business. People are joining. Got a few wee people here. At this level, you are turning over what the company class as a gold distributor level, and you're on maximum profit. A maximum bonus is an additional 16%. So you're the like though that brought everybody into the business, so you're going to be paid a group bonus as well. So your retail profit in itself has increased to £370 just because you shared the opportunity. Your team bonus in this scenario is £760, giving you a total part-time income of £1,130 part-time. And here's some of the examples. You remember Heather and Francis started at the end of March last year. This is what happened when they started to share the opportunity. Their income grew from £398 to £727 to £1,137 and growing. Here we have Laura Harrison. I like Laura's story because Laura happily earned £250, £260, £285 a month. She was happy earning part-time. She never shared the opportunity. But after about 6 or 7 months, she decided to share a cheque on Facebook. Do you know anybody who would like to earn £285 a month part-time from home? And in the next month, there were so many people joined our team that our cheque quadrupled to £846, and it now is over £1,200 a month and growing. A part-time work-from-home business on Facebook. And this story is amazing. This is Jennifer Sinnott from Ireland. Jennifer works full-time in a very demanding job. Her Clean Easy business, K-Life business, is only part-time. And most of it's been done on Facebook. And her first income checks were only €246. 11 months later, she was earning €2,627. And 18 months later, her income is just below €5,000 on a part-time basis. And as far as I know, she's still doing it part-time. So she's got this income and the income from her full-time job. That's a good income. But some people choose at this stage to go full-time in Clean Easy and give up the boss. But we give you what we call royalty bonuses. This is how the bigger incomes are paid. And don't worry if you don't understand it fully. The person who sent you along will explain it in more detail. But in the last slide, you were turning over £10,000. And what we're doing here is we're helping Mary and Paul to do exactly the same. And what happens here is, in this example, they have also achieved gold. But you have achieved what the company called Bronze Executive Distributor, and lots of little incentives kick in here. But one of the biggest incentives, if you'll be paid an extra 4.5% royalty bonus on Paul, Mary, and whoever you get to that level, for as long as they are in the business and turning over, you will receive that royalty bonus. So let's have a wee look at what this part-time business is earning you now. Retail profit, £370. Team profit, £1,000. Royalty bonus, £900. Total part-time income, retail and team profit, £2,270 part-time. And as I said, some amazing incentives kick in here. At this level, you can get cash bonuses. You can win a Mini Cooper, one for a year or one for life, and free 5-star holidays. Further rewards just for building your business and making money. There's a wee mini. So you're getting recognition as you progress with your business. Win a Mini for a year tax, that's for new business sales. Win a Mini for life for that level you've just achieved in the previous slide, Bronze Executive Distributor. You can win a Mini. Or if you're like Richard and you're a bit too tall for a Mini, you can take the 10 grand in a suitcase, cash. So you can get these cash incentives as well as many other cash incentives. And we get free holidays to exotic locations. This is me with my sari on. It was an authentic sari, and it was an Indian lady who did it all for me. And Fiona Webb, her gorgeous outfit there in India. And in May, I'm fortunate to be going to Mexico. All free 5-star luxury. These trips are phenomenal. It really is a lifestyle without limits. But what we want to take the business to is what we call independent duplication. Here's you, and our main aim is to teach 5 people to get to that 10,000 and above level. When you get to that level, you're talking about incomes here of over £50,000 a year. So we are talking about really good, substantial income. This may take time and effort, but the beauty is the internet and the social media is making this happen a lot faster than it's ever done in my experience. And I've been in the business 25 years in August. So there's your 5 leaders, you're over £50,000 a month, but it's not going to stop there. It becomes like building a house. It starts to just build without any time and effort from you because you've got independent duplication. You've got 5 key people totally independent to you out there happily building their business and showing other people how to make money. And this can grow beyond your wildest dreams. This is an over £50,000 an annum income. Some people are earning £250,000 per annum because their teams have grown to this level. Why not you? But you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. I think this is the real important part, is to understand that you do get 100% help and support every step of the way. And if you're feeling skeptical, can I just say that's normal? I was skeptical. Most people who look at the business at first are, but what you'll be able to see is there's proof that this does work. And usually the skepticism comes from the fact that it may be unfamiliar to you and you've never done this before, and can it work for you? Yes, it can, because you'll get all the help and support that you need. We're committed to work with you and help you into profit fast. The way that we make our bigger incomes is by helping you make an income. If you don't make money, we don't make money. So we've got a vested interest in helping you to develop a fantastic business. All you have to do is follow the system with us. And there's a wee list there, all the different systems, support for the person who introduced you, the company provide a service centre, they have a Facebook group, an email loop, we have induction trainings, week webinars, Saturday trainings which go out on Facebook Live, Facebook support groups, company showcases, the list goes on. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So how do you get started? Well, you'll be glad to know that you can get started in minutes for as little as £25. And yes, there is a start-up cost, but you're getting a lot for that mere £25. You get your own personalised web pages, an ordering facility, and much more. Speak to the person who introduced you, and they'll go through the various ways that you can get started. But for only £25, it's not the price of a good night out. You could have an amazing business up and running, because this business changes lives. Here's my story. Before joining, I was in dire straits. I was living in a one-bedroom flat with my two children, 5 and 6 year old. I was pawning my stuff to survive. The wedding presents that were up the loft were getting sold at the thrift shops, and it really was tough times. I was looking to start up a business. I wasn't just unemployed and going downhill. I was going downhill. I was looking to start a business, but didn't have the capital. And then this business came along, and it was a lifesaver for me. I earned £564 in my first 4 weeks in the business. Well, it was actually my first 3 weeks in the business, and my next complete month, I earned just over £1,900 because I shared the opportunity right away. I was desperate. I was pawning my jewellery, couldn't put food on the table. I needed to get an income fast, and the business literally has changed my life. This is some newspaper coverage. They love a rags to riches story. This was the Daily Star. Is fortune simply down to chance, or is it down to luck, or do you make your own luck? I was in there about you make your own luck. Daily Record in Scotland, that was when my business had increased to 20 million sales per annum. Now, there's been lots of them, because this business has changed my life and hundreds of other lives, so why not yours? It's just time and effort. It's not get rich quick, but if you follow the simple system with a consistency, you can achieve this too. You've absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain, so why not get started now? So I would say is thank you very, very much for your time. If you've enjoyed the presentation and you'd like to get started, please go and speak to the person that sent you along to watch this video.